I'm going live. My hair's long. Um, not been doing anything much really. Just going crazy. Turned into a psychiatric a psychiatric oriented person, which is not exciting. For some reason, it's not very exciting. Um, uh, it's not exciting because the law. Oh, hey. Just being a meat pack. That's what I am. Well, not really. Like, yeah, well, apparently there's my neck starting to hurt for some reason. It feels like someone's stabbing me in my neck, and I try to. It's like they're doing something in my neck. I think it hurts. I think it hurts. They're trying to turn people into schizophrenics nowadays, and they actually did. They actually tried to mold us into schizophrenics, so that we are in crossed in between different modes of reality, which are unseen and unknown in parallel worlds. They're trying to confuse the masses of society into accepting a demonic beast 666. I got a debit card. It said 666 as a security code, and that freaked me out a little bit. And I just thought to myself, man, these systems already it's already here. You just this doesn't even matter anyways though. I mean, all that is just a different people that they only confuse people. That's all it is. And it doesn't really matter. We're under sine waves, it's symbols, and just don't even talk about him. Because the book of Revelation is hard to discern, and it's not easy to think about. So you could try to think there is a lot of demonic energy behind 666. The demon kingdom actually hoards these numbers. They believe it has authority, and if they get into your mind, they can trick you into thinking this is going to do something. You know, it's just when their mind gets into you, they somehow schizophrenia is what it is. It is schizophrenia to believe in the dark powers. It is schizophrenia to believe in the demons is mental disorder. So you believe in hell and the powers of hell, you are crazy. You are a psychopath. You are psychotic. I mean, seriously, like, the devil's gonna be sent to a lake of fire, burning sulfur for eternity, forever. He's gonna be sent to burning sulfur, and he's high energy. He's definitely very energetic. He has a lot of energy, but it's not heaven bound. Doesn't go anywhere. And you can feel it when he's in you. You can feel his fiery presence. It's an evil, fiery presence inside your body, your soul. When the devil's inside of you, you can feel it. It's like something inside of you that is after your heart. Or you can feel it you can actually feel it in your heart of your head too. Sometimes you could feel like some kind of cold being in your head sometimes. This is great, isn't it? You're gonna show this to the world. You clown. We're being observed. We're being calcified. Our brains are trying to calcify us with like an egg in a shell. And what needs to occur is the shell needs to come off. So the shell that's covering over our third eye, they're trying to conceal our spiritual eye with drugs, with antipsychotic drugs that actually damage our soul in the long run. I mean, help you. They can help. I think they kind of can help if you have something weird. But and just but yeah, I mean, they're trying to calcify our pineal gland, because of the fascists that are governing or being governed by fascism in our state, our nation, especially in our state. And I think I don't know what needs to go on, but I was tripping seeing like evil people like smirking and like they're happy that there's so much evil. There are people, there are beings that are so happy about evil. Like the demons are so happy that they get to have their way. It's so retarded. It is so retarded how this world is, how the world is. Because the occult and witches are among me, are doing stuff to you. In the shadow. In the shadow. Doing necromancy. Some people are doing necromancy. I don't know who. They need to stay the hell away from me, from people like that who do stuff like that. Because the Lord of the Flat, the devil, so yeah, go to the water. It says to drink from the water. Oh yeah, right. Sure, the slander. Tell a story about how you lie about people, different persons. Hmm. Okay, trolley boy. This is a recovering person is recovering from different things. I don't want to talk to you. Why are you so concerned? Just die. I mean, being haunted by these entities that are something celestial inhabiting the world. And there's ghouls and there's ghosts and there are creatures and they are doing spells on you right in front of you, and they don't have any. They don't seem to like. They just. They just. I don't know. I have major ghosts. I have major ghosts. They're territorial. They are looking for property and valuables of you in your soul, your organs and your soul and your sinews and your blood, your brain, because they see it as a valuable resource for them to be hideously be hideous for the world, which is what they are. They're hideous creations. They look like something out of they look like something out of the horror, them kind of like, I don't know. What do they really look like? What do they look like? Shadow beings. Some of them are very shadowy. You don't really see them, but they're very dark, shadowy create beings that they don't know what they do. They're connected to you. Well, I mean, magic is sorcery, and it's forbidden. You don't do any of that. It's you don't do that. I think they could do drugs. They could use magic. Can be considered to be anything though. Anything they can say. You're supposed to be a sort of pseudo miraculous reality to be something divine, but like magic is forbidden. Magic is using yourself. I think it's Oh yeah, it's Vladimir. The thing written by Saint Luke, I think. I think it was written by Saint Luke. But I don't have any of them. Yeah. No, what I was very tempted to do, I was being tempted to do and harassed by Satan to do that. And he was very much urged me. He wanted me to do this. He wanted me to smoke a cigar, which I declined. And then he threatened me. After I said no, I didn't go in the gas station and do it. Because he was trying to make use. He was like, hey, you got money in your pocket. You could go buy a cigar with that. And he was really trying to do it as if I was just completely underneath the will of death. It's sad because he is just picky. He's so picky. It's like he's trying to masquerade over your body. Is what he's trying to do with the smoking. I had this imagination that he was trying to smoke and then put it all in my stomach because he doesn't like the gut. He doesn't like the stomach because that's where your feelings and emotions are. So he hates that. He wants to destroy, dissolve your gut, like your emotions, part of yourself, because that's your energy. That's high. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of nutrients in there. There's nutrients in there. And nutrients are spiritual. It's a spirit is spiritual. So when the devil tries to take your nutrients out from you, he's taking um, spiritual, whatever. Because I believe that nutrition is very vital, and I think some people are being supplied with nutrition, and it's good for people. But hunger is a devastating thing. Yeah, the gut brain is um I believe that they're sapping the nutrition out of the water. It sounds like a conspiracy nut job would say that the water in the atmosphere, the spiritual reality of water itself. There's spiritual water in the air, and um, Christ said, "If you believe in me, as the scripture says, out of your stomach will flow rivers of living water." You know what I think is there's these like beings that like tap into the water and they get real big from doing that. It's like water is like water, you know, water of life. So you should be looking in it for water of renewal. I believe the world should be flooded again. I think there should be a flood of get the fuck away from me. Lizard. There's lizards inside of my RV. Yeah, there's Norse myths about this gigantic snake that drank all the waters in the oceans and the rivers, and he was killed by Odin, and he was destroyed by Odin. And there's another story in Egyptian mythology. I don't remember what the name of the being was, but it's a serpent being that does the same thing. And Ra had to fight him, the sun god. Um, so there are mythologies regarding this whole snakes, this entities drinking water. And if you think about it this way, our fat cells have a lot of water in them, and you can only think what type of beings could be living inside of us, inside of our cells, and our you know, they're living inside of you because they see a house there. There's some kind of housing for you. Um, in their own delusion, in a delusion, of course, because they are delusion. They are a delusion, and then they need to be. They need to be. I mean, the delusions are real. Or the delusions, they do to people. They put you in a hostage situation with the shrinks, is what they did to me. I did psychiatry. So they put you in a hostage situation and then they mold you into a victim, a syndrome of, to where you are crazy now. They make you crazy. You are crazy now, and you get to be told that you're crazy. But you know what? Why should that? You know what? Jesus is going to return and destroy all the works of Satan, and they're not going to be able to stop Jesus from destroying. He's going to try to destroy us in nature, in church, and he already is. He's tapping into the fabric of nature. He's just hateful is all it is. He's just hatred. All he does is hate everyone. And he freaking hates, and he doesn't never stop hating. Like, you want to go into some Star Wars, Star Wars is really deep shit. I really like thinking of, I like Star Wars. because it's very deep stuff, and it can open your mind up to some weird stuff. Like as an example, you can be semi conscious of different realities in the universe that could be very possibly true. Like, hey, there could be on a spacecraft right now, and life could be millions of years old, or it could be thousands. It could be that reality we're living in is so old that it's so ancient, it's so old. But they close us off from that. They want you to pretend that we're this age, this is how old you really are, but you're probably millennia old. So I took some Amanita, which are a very weird. I took Amanita. They actually were what they did to me. They fed my mind up. I was able to have a speedy mind, and then that you could be teleported to light speed consciousness, light speed, which is the Star Wars. They talk about they 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 have this light speed that you could go to, and you could imagine like what would it be like to actually go into that. You would be able to teleport into different areas of cosmos, solar system, or the universe. And I think that George Lucas, director of Star Wars, probably was just he was bright, and he was trying to tell us that this could be this, like, what if they were just like, I don't know. Eternity, though, they call this elixir that I was taking the eternal immortality, the immortality elixir. To give you immortal basis for immortality, for what is immortality, thinking of being immortal. But then again, there's always this idea of this non-infinitum that goes on, and I feel like that's a myth. That's an absolute myth that somehow nature in your life is just going to end. It's going to be all these infinite potentials and then stop. I don't see that. I don't see how that can occur, Mr. Brain. They got a brain. I mean, that's what's going to be in eternity. There's going to be no time, no more time anymore. It says in Apocalypse, they're going to be able to say there's going to be no more time anymore in Revelation, in Apocalypse. So this whole time idea, this whole being constrained by time, is not going to be. It's not going to be. Time is a fallacy. It's a myth. And the history is also a myth. History is invented in order to capture, in order to instill fear into society. I think, and instill fear into the sheep, into us, and then we become servitude to the control scheme plan that they are controlling us. I think if you look into the history, I think there's more history found in George Lucas than in history, like U.S. history or history, because they tell us this bunk shit, so bunk. Like George Lucas was trying to explain a revelation of alien existence and stuff, and like super weird stuff, super strange things. Not aliens, but should say, but star existences and star reality. That's why it's called Star. I guess that's why it's called Star Wars or something. There is a war in the solar system. I believe it definitely there is, and they are mining our solar energy. They're trying to mine our heart. They're trying to. There's this whole myth of this destroyer. They have this idea of these damn destroyers of planets. Like they can just destroy a planet. I mean, that's weird. That's that doesn't make sense to me. Like there's an empire that actually wants to dissolve whole existences like that. Like that doesn't even make. That's just awful. You know, and it's people that are probably aren't. Who knows where people's minds are. But you have this idea of the dark side. And people are apparently that's. So I think if you get into George Lucas's movies, you actually will you find some kind of form of salvation. You can find some form of truth about nature and what's going on, what society really is like, really is about, and how this world is run by society of death that wants to put us in the ground. They want to put us under the earth, underneath, and they have this pyramid scheme builders. Why do you think that the Star Destroyers look like they're Egyptian or something? They look it's like some weird, and it looks some like X-wing versus Tie versus you have these these fighter planes. What makes you think that's not the truth of like you could be an astronaut in the here and now. What if you could be piloting a spacecraft and you don't even know what you're doing? You don't even see that you're actually in a spacecraft. and you're doing something for something. Um, so this is, I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. There is a truth to all this. You got Vader. He's portrayed, Vader, and you got Luke and Leia. You got the people that are star people against the reptilians, blood drinker, blood sapper, thief. So you think to yourself the Ewoks could be true? It could be a metaphor, or it could be something. It's almost. You could decode. You could figure it out. Figure something down. I mean, you could get into some really deep, interesting, esoteric knowledge. You could get into some really deep ideation if you think if you have I mean, the Bible isn't good. The Bible could be fun. Um, Now I have these memories of watching Star Wars when I was really little, and it touched, it did something to me, traumatized me. Not really traumatized me, but it was like I was made to believe in something like that. Because it's something deep going on in the world. Just wanted to portray that because I think some people are running away with a bunch of delusive things. Ideas that psychology is going to tell us uh, myths. Psychology. The idea should be is don't let your mind dream about yeah, but the psychologist, it seems like yeah. Or it could be alien versus aliens. What the reality could be is Christ against the apostasy of the apostates of the church, the apostates of the church. So your soul is valuable soul. Your mind is valuable, and there are entities that force themselves upon it. But you have to realize what you're allowing into your soul. To use us to try to insert itself as something that's promising. So in the apocalypse, it's like, hey, you have to believe in the Messiah, and that's the important part because that's the way it is. So my idea is don't listen to anybody. I'm just kidding. Listen to somebody. But don't be a carnal being. So you have this idea of persons, and you have to worship persons, worship, and so there's some objects, and there's people, and animals. This is not God. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't worship God and people, and persons, then you're fallen. You're fallen from from everything. If you just worship, if you just worship ideas of creations or the creation, and if you be created by the creation instead of the God, which is what the Messiah, he's trying to bring us into the kingdom of God, so you co live with God. So you don't live with anything else. So you don't live with death. So if you co-create, you learn how to be unity, and not thinking about all these not thinking about dreamers that live in a reality, which is God put us in Eden originally, and we're supposed to return to Eden. And if we don't return to Eden, then that's no, it's hell. It's not hell. It's you, you know, but God put it. You're not supposed to you get into myths and everything, mythical reality. But I believe that the higher elites, the demon elites, are after something like a graphics chip or some kind of processor. And I believe that there's computer processing components that they're hoarding. They can covet these things. They graphically create anything they want. They design with their computer, with a computer component, and then that can you're supposed to have that in your brain. Like you're supposed to have the capability to be process creation with the divine, to be able to uh, process holiness and things like that, reality. But you see, someone else is trying to process that reality for us. You see, so there's something else trying to process your graphical output and your audio output and your thinking, and they're trying to computate, use a battery. You're using a battery, so you're turned into a battery cell. That's why they want to throw us all in jail. You go to cell, and then they want to try to drain us again and then more and again. And it's not fair to allow it to happen. It's not going to happen. It shouldn't happen. And the more they get us all fear and all just all afraid, the more the excitement that you have, the more they feed off of that as well. So they can't get enough of you. They can't get enough of some of us. They can't stop consuming. They'll never stop. Never. Never. These fat pigs. They'll eat and gobble up the whole earth and have no guilt at all. And they laugh. They think they're gonna do what they want. Just swallow up. Yeah. Obesity is a horrible, horrible problem. No, of course, yeah, sure. Yeah, either death destroys you or death. Jesus destroys death, so you die. You destroy death by dying. accepting the to in him, die in Jesus. What the fuck is wrong with you? The craziest thing is when you die, or when you don't necessarily have to literally die necessarily, but you have to allow yourself to die with him, or to die in a similar way. I think if you die like him, I mean, you're not. You should choose the hell away from me. Oh yeah, exactly. The end. They want. There's immense creation abilities in you, and this idea of crucifixion is the idea of creation. To be able to create life and energy and have energy is the way of the suffering. But this hedonistic world, this hedonistic mind that they've hedonistically trapped us in Alright, well, really End of what? End of. Yes, yeah. But my philosophy, my beliefs would be take control, take back your brain, get it out of their controllers, because they want this intimate kind of connection with your. This is your intimate connection. They want it. I mean, they're talking about doing a fentanyl, trying to take your fentanyl. You're trying to take. They're trying to put freaking. I fought a wizard today. I fought a wizard, and they tried to imprison him. There was a wizard, and there was a Baphomet. There was a Pan, the goat god, the forest god, came over to say hey, and he puked up something. I was praying and stuff, and he puked up this like ooze. I saw him in my pineal gland. I saw him. He puked something up. He had swallowed somebody. He ate somebody. The devil. No, like not. Well, they call it the Christian. He was turned into that, but it's not. He's not really what he was. He's just a forest being. But he lives, man. There's strange things in this cosmos. But I was hallucinating. I was taking some magic. I was taking some medicine for my soul, some medicine, and it opened my ear. No, my battery's going to die. Get away from me.